Hey everybody, it's your guy, it's your bro, it's your dude, the Reviewing Reptile. And today we're going to be talking about the Hiya Toys exclusive toy Godzilla from Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Monsters All Out Attack. Well, I've been waiting for a hot minute for this one. I got this figure off of Cowas Toys, not sponsored. Please sponsor me, Cowas Toys. It took a little while to get here, but I finally got it. And well, I like this figure, guys. So first we're going to start off with the box. Amazing box art of Godzilla here. I freaking love this photo of him. This is such a badass photo of him. The menace that he is in that freaking movie. For all of you that don't know, which I'm pretty sure everyone does, this Godzilla is one of the only few Godzillas in the entire Godzilla universe, the Godzilla multiverse, where Godzilla is actually evil and all the other monsters are good. And this Godzilla is personally within my top, 5 designs because of Godzilla's. This is the Godzilla that kind of got me into Godzilla, but I love this design. I like the movie's fucking badass and awesome. And so I know that Hiya was going to absolutely slay and fucking bring us probably one of the best figures or the best representations of this guy, of this version of Godzilla, when I saw that it was announced. I brought out the spinning table for this guy, the little turning thing. I forgot what it was called, but I'm so glad I have it, and I'm so glad I have him. I love this figure. This figure is so cool. Hiya has done an absolutely amazing job at representing Godzilla from this movie. This figure has all the things that, that the suit had. I feel like I'm just holding the suit. The comparisons between the suit, I remember seeing on Reddit that there were a lot of people complaining about how this figure doesn't match the suit. I'm going to be honest, they're wrong. This figure is almost spot on to how the suit is. And that's just freaking awesome. That's why I love Hiya so much. So the one bit of accessories that we get with this guy are 2 alternate hands. These are more like grabby hands compared to his default hands that he has on, which are more splayed. These are more grabby-like, I guess. From the promo pictures, I really couldn't tell. I remember seeing those promo pictures. I had no idea what the difference was, but seeing it in hand, there is a big visible difference. These are more closed, the classic Godzilla, just holding his hands up pose. They're cool. They're very well detailed, very well sculpted. They have a dark matte coloration with a bone white, or more like a bone yellow coloration to the nails and the claws. Simple. It's just a hand. Hands, I guess. And I like it. I like the accessory. Now let's talk about Big G Man himself. The bane of all that was that movie. The menace to society that he was. Let's talk about him. First off, the detailing and the scaling on him is amazing. I always loved his pupilless eyes. That was the big draw-in for me when it came to this version of Godzilla, is the fact that he didn't have pupils. It set him apart. It made him, like I said, evil. It made him feel evil. He didn't feel like the standard issue Godzilla that the rest were. But great detailing, great scaling on the head, around the neck, all over the body. Great muscular sculpt on the chest. His big old... The only one thing I can say, he doesn't got his big old beer belly. I remember that about the movie, about the suit in the movie, that he looked fat and he walked like it. He kind of, the figure does represent it, but it's not the same. But he has big old biceps, big old forearms, great articulation, great scaling along all of this. The paint apps, not crazy, just a very dark, matte, grayish coal type of color, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know how to best describe the coloration on this guy, but it's just almost a whole flat, blackish gray going on. But other than that, still pretty awesome. I love the scale, or his plates. Not his plates. What do you people call his Godzilla's spines? Yeah, his spines. I like how they're white. That's how they were in the movie. And I remember saying people complaining that Hiya wasn't going to paint these and leave them kind of bare. No, they are white in the movie. Like, they're all, Godzilla's scales have almost always been white initially. And this is perfectly fine. This is perfect. Beautiful. Leave it like this. Also, the attention to detailing on this figure is crazy. I love the face. I've always loved GMK's face. I've always loved the fangs, the raised eyebrows, and like I said, the pupilless eyes. I've always loved that about this figure. It was always something about that about this version of Godzilla that sets him apart from the rest. And it was always came down to the face. All right, let's talk about his articulation. And it's Hiya, so you know he's going to have a lot, and it's going to be really good. Starting off with the head, you can look up just with the head. So you have a joint here in the head, a joint in the neck. You have a joint here in the head, and a joint in the neck, and then a joint connecting the neck to the body. So he can look down very far. He can look down very, very far. He can't look like up crazy high, but he's looking straight up technically. Like, he's looking straight up. So he's looking straight up. So that works. His neck articulation, his head articulation is great. Jaw can open. Tongue has articulation to it as well. Coming up to the arms, he can bicep swivel. There's a shoulder at the shoulder. He can swivel at the bicep as well, but mine is kind of stiff. But he can swivel at the bicep. Double jointed elbows, and then swivel here at the wrist. The upper torso can swivel and pivot and kind of lean side to side, not too much. Just be careful of the spikes, of his spikes in the back. Make sure they don't collide and clash with each other. But great range of articulation there. Come over to his legs. He can go out that far. Pretty good spread. You know where I got that from. Legs can come out that far. They can kick out decently far. I'm not going to push mine really far. I'm not going to push it. Go back decently far. Double jointed knees. And pivot at the ankle. Pretty good pivot at the ankle, actually. Not the craziest thing. Bro has these absolute massive clown feet. Like, that's the other thing about this version of Godzilla. I never understood why his feet were so big. His feet are huge, but it makes sense when you got to carry around a chunk of a man like this. You need some big feet. And then we come to the cool, crazy, amazing articulated tail. This tail is extremely articulated, greatly done, amazingly done. I've seen some photos where people can curl virtually the whole tail on itself. Like I said, I'm not going to push my figure that far. I understand it can do it. I'm just not going to push it that far. But articulation-wise, the tail is great. Holds every pose without problem. Ooh, see, I just found a problem. Ooh. But yeah, tail is great. Tail is awesome. I love this guy. Love this Godzilla. I will get as many of these dudes as I could. This is an amazing figure. Just yet again, bravo, Hiya. Yet again. All right, let's do some size comparisons. Here's the other Godzilla, Hiya Godzilla, Hammond Collection Baryonyx, and the Beast of the Mesozoic Dilophosaurus. So he scales pretty well with all of them. They all scaled really nicely with one another. I don't see any issues with it. But I am also going to do in a good comparison, or the best comparison I can, with the SH Monster Arts Godzilla or GMK. Now these are two very different figures. I want to be honest. Somehow representing the same character, but they are very different. And you could tell who cares about quality and who kind of just, what is it? It's someone shot for the bullseye and someone just shot towards the target is the best way I can describe it. Not to shit on SH, but gosh diddly dang. So here is Hiya. You can see this very defined head, jawline, all that stuff. His mouth closes fully. His head looks smooth-ish, I guess. And it looks overall very, very good. Very screen accurate, actually. Very, very screen accurate. We then come over to the SH Monster Arts version. All that kind of just goes away. There isn't the rar, the pizzazz. It's not there anymore. This isn't this is a GMK, but he's on holiday. It's the same dude, but a different dude. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed, like initially, were the spikes. Like I said, GMK has white spikes. These are white. I like this. Hiya, keep this up. I like this. This is screen accurate to the character. SH, what the frick? Why do you guys make him gray? This don't match the character. Now, they do look practically identical. They really do. But someone paid attention to class. Someone just went to class. And there's a difference between them. Now, both of these figures, yes, they're great. They're made by two amazing companies. They're both great. They're both amazing. Would I recommend getting either one? Sure. But we aren't talking about either one. We are talking specifically about this one. Would I recommend getting the Hiya exclusive basic Godzilla from GMK? Yes, I do. This is an amazing figure. Great everything on it. Articulation, paint apps, even though they're simplistic. I recommend this figure. Pick it up if you can. Get it while you can. I love this guy. Great movie, great figure. Hiya, keep up the absolutely amazing work with these figures. This is a figure that perfectly represents the character that it's meant to be. There is no somewhat second guessing, somewhat it looks similar but isn't fully similar. No, this is the perfect example of what the character looks like. Like I said before, I feel like this is the Godzilla from the movie, physically in my hand, in my house, being terrorized by my cats. This is what I feel like this figure is and represents. Articulation, amazing. I'm pretty sure just hitting him with a hair dryer or putting him in a vat of hot water, loosen them joints up, you'll have probably the best articulated Godzilla figure out there on the market. One of the best articulated Godzilla figures out on the market. And of course, it's coming from Hiya. So, Hiya, keep up the great work. Keep making these figures amazing. Keep doing good for the Godzilla collecting community. All right, keep doing it. I love him. I want to see more of him. Whew! I just had to run up the stairs. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. And remember to stay amazing and stay awesome. See you in the next one. Bye.